Home. How easy it was to forget how long we'd been here, and still it held us as close as it did every grain of sand. To awaken here was a gift, though today the gift arrived and felt different, in a way I couldn't explain. Hell, you could hear it around you, see it, feel it grazing in the air. Not even the sun could shake it. The best time to chase it was as soon as we felt it, and so we headed out that day to find something different, and I'm not sure if that's what we found. But who could expect it?
Good morning, Albuquerque! This Saturday morning it's overcast and expect some rain later today.
Here's the traffic. Nice and smooth road sailing today. Everyone is nice and calm, so get out there and get busy.
Well, Albuquerque, enjoy this Saturday.
Here at 87.3.
We're part of a public group from All Center.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So it's kind of like, All Center. You know what that means, right? So we collect money because we don't get paid. We all are workers here, except that we don't get paid. So we collect money so that we can go and join your birthday party.
That's
We
amazing.
don't really have a birthday party. We only do stage shows. Sometimes improv, except for him. He reads from a script.
Oh.
That's true.
How beautiful the people who make up this community are. It amazes and inspires me to see and hear what they create when given the space and time to. And when they finally get the opportunity to share it with us, we can only hope they're as uplifting and as open as our friend here.
Try on the glasses. Tell me what you see. I'm just trying to show art in a different perspective because a lot of artists will not show you their artwork, or you're not able to see it unless you're just sitting there watching them as they're painting, as they're putting on the layers and layers. So when you guys put the glasses on, you saw the depth and layers, right? So everything just went like whoosh. Yeah.
What's your name?
Orlando, but I go by Skoden.
That's too high.
Skoden.
Skoden, cool.
So that means let's go then.
Skoden. I like that.
Would you guys care to check it out? There's a pair of glasses right there.
I knew this.
Faces old, of those just starting, of all gorgeous shades, shapes, cultures, all coexisting in this little desert market we wander through.
Yeah, but no, I think they will change it. Everything I used to, but they're like more than that.
Yeah. But I guess it's died. Yeah, it got the Thank you.
You need to grow a pineapple first.
I'm growing pineapple. There's $2.
Oh, we gotta get the set.
I mean, the church stake has some physics of that, it's just it's like my season started pretty late since I'm up there on the mountain. It's pretty cold up there, so I'm a month and a half or so behind everybody who's going here in town. Right.
And so that's where they have the rail yard. So it's like right away.
Yeah, I mean, going to these buildings and stuff like that, it's pretty cool. Seeing fun and cool. Empty buildings and stuff like that.
It sounds like October. So I'm going to stay here and put a... Is that your third one before the next?
Please use just one cup and work it really ground. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No, they're
Here, big here.
Beautiful woman. Look at your magic stuff. I love you.
Characters of all natures, just enjoying what makes people people. And us just as much people being ourselves, out and about. You'll find a little encouragement goes a long way here, though. I mean, look at these people, and it's not even 10 a.m. It's funny. The catch people joke about how good days are kind of rare here, while being completely unaware that they're helping others keep the light on. People don't realize how much those kind of things mean to people. Those jokes could get people through days you couldn't imagine. And you can find these people all around this city.
Welcome back, Albuquerque. It's 87.3 The Flip. I'm Fenderbender.
This is Tailgate.
Woo! And today we got some prizes and we're going to be playing some games. You want to tell them what prizes we got?
We're going to be winning 2 free tickets to the Carne Festival.
Whoa.
Hosted by Meaty Meat Meat.
That's a lot of meat, dude.
hard finding time to walk in these places as you get older. I can remember walking around here with my family when I was a little boy, and again with my friends when I was a little bit of a pain in the ass. This place felt bigger and so full of life, and walking in it now, it felt small and maintained for a place, still unsure of what growth it was going to move in. And worst of all, it had forgotten about the people who roamed it. You know, those people that time wasn't as kind to, for whatever reason. It wasn't that they weren't seeing, because even now somebody's always watching out here. But because they thought someone else would care, and I guess they haven't yet.
Still no sign of the sun. Now sports.
Slammy Rammy won us that game today with that buzzer beater. Go Lobos.
Some places we went to, on the other hand, would bring out a time we existed when it was as simple as chasing the birds around and jumping in puddles. Falling into that mindset happened without thought. We couldn't help but be immersed in what was an old comfort coming back to be relived. But then came a moment when I saw something that I hadn't understood before, and shared something that I hadn't thought I would. To reassure another creature that you mean no harm, that you're only there to view it in all its beauty, and to experience all its beauty in all that moment. It's worth growing to find these sweet moments in nature. Well, almost. The city is never too far. Well, it's nice to be able to drive to escape to wherever we wanted that day. It's important to us to recognize a growing group of our community that isn't able to escape these places and mindsets as quickly as us. And even when this place has only tried to keep others happy by displacing them, we won't forget that these people are still our families and matter just as much. I must note that these people aren't here anymore, but not by any choice they were given. A big fence is all that stands there. We send love and hope a change comes soon. Despite whatever reasoning they had for being out there, it hurt knowing what fate they most likely were left to walk, and where it led to. Even as the hands grew both younger and older, more has been done to shun these human beings than to help them. But why? Why couldn't people help them? Driving deep into the city, you could definitely see that there were people in these communities that had plenty of resources, not only for themselves, but enough for their neighbors whose kingdoms were just as massive. Well, the news might have people fooled into thinking that we're just a struggling desert city with poor education, poor people, and a whole lot of crime. Take some time to find these hidden neighborhoods. You'll be surprised to find the kinds of paradises that are out here. Only the greenest grass could be found in front of the lawns of these huge mansions and palaces. Even in a drought. Who, if any of them, could expect less though? But who needs all this? Seriously, who needs all this? One can imagine if 15 of these people gave a damn about this city collectively the way they did about their grass, they could improve the lives of every person who called this place home. Reality showed these folks played by a different hand. A hand that not only sought to win more and care less, to obtain the most and let the rest fend for themselves. And so they did, and I guess we just let them. It was those kinds of realizations that we'd get on any given day, and in that very moment, the only thing we would want to do is to get in the car and get as far away as we could. Escaping from these issues with our feet fully on the gas, trying what we could to not look back. But where would we go? Such a hard question, and one that I always felt kept most people here past the point they had wanted to, or expected to. Like I said, this place has a way of holding you, and when you feel like you've been held for too long, it's not too kind to let the grasp it has on you go without a reminder of its warmth and a preview of how cold the world is outside of it. And so while it might be easy to get in the car and drive away, it's even easier to just turn around and call it a day and make the most of whatever you got.
Tell us how they're going to be winning today.
Well, today we're playing one of our favorite games down here at the station. Is it a food truck or is it a porno shop? Woo! Yeah, it's getting raunchy. Now let's open those lines up, see who our first caller is.
All right. Oh, we got a caller right now.
Hello?
Yeah, what's your name?
What's your name, sir?
This is Bill.
Hey, Bill.
What are you guys doing? How you guys doing, man?
Doing good, Bill.
Doing good.
Oh yeah, I listen to you guys every morning.
All right,
All
glad
right,
to have
all
you
right.
there.
Oh yeah.
You ready to play, Bill?
Yeah, I'm ready. Me and my wife love cardio sauce.
All right, let's start that timer. All right, Bill. Bottomless butt blowouts. Is it a food truck or is it a porno shop?
You alright? I'd have to say that's a porno shop.
I'm sorry, Bill. You got it wrong. That is actually a food truck that can be found on the corner of Unser and Unser, and they'll be one of the carny chefs at the Carne Asada Festival.
Ooh, better luck next time, Bill.
But you know what? If you could at least say what station you're on for us, we may be able to send you some t-shirts.
Yeah, hell yeah. 87.3. That's it.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Now some Freebird.
And so we got back to it. Full speed ahead with nowhere to go that we hadn't been to a million times in 26 years. Why would we need to follow this speed, the lights, or anything in sight when all it felt like none of that mattered enough to change anything here anyway? What difference could it possibly make? I'm glad to have reached a point in my life now where I realize how dangerous and how important it is to come down from these kinds of mindsets. Tributes and crosses along the road are tragic reminders of what difference being mindful has out here. While most days driving through these streets were filled with sweet reminiscing of our childhoods that played through them, Today the gloom felt as real as being stuck in the backseat, taking the longest detour home from the longest day at school, just wanting to be anywhere else than stuck in the car. Well, not anywhere. Believe whatever you want. I've personally found more hope in people than I have in any place of faith. Regardless, these places are all over this town, and yet again you wonder where all the help is, and more importantly, where all the hope is. It seemed nearly lifeless driving through here, like we'd seen everything we possibly could, and there was nothing else that we could be expected here. It was overwhelming to say the least. And again, where could we go? And when?
The worst is over now. Nothing to fear. Just over all the obstacles we've endured. Just you wait for the sun to rise. Don't be scared of what hides in the dark. No, 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 not to fear.
Emergency telegram from the National Travel Agency. All flights in and out of Albuquerque have been suspended. No flights have been able to come in due to the severe weather passed over the city of Albuquerque. We repeat, all flights in and out have been suspended. Stay grounded, Albuquerque. Even if there was a flight to catch out of here, we probably couldn't afford it. Not the flight, not the money we'd miss from being away from work, not the time it would take to catch up. Considered one of the cheapest places to live in our country, and yet the cost of living has only climbed. Since reaching adulthood, it's been made almost impossible to make a life, to live comfortably on our own, and much to the dismay of our elders here, who think us only lazy, when it's nothing as easy as they had it before. They would rather pay us less, charge us triple, and leave us begging for help, and say that's the way it's been, and so no one does a thing except to continue to buy into this system that's consuming all of us. We put all that we have into till we have nothing left, and then we're ashamed for not having saved anything for us to live. What a fucking joke.
NutraShake.
How could we afford any of this?
Shake the
How are we
weight
expected to
away.
buy and
Tired
buy
of
and
diet
buy
exercise?
when we don't have
Try
anything
shake.
left?
Shake
Who the hell
it
is
off.
looking out
Big
for
shakes,
us, huh?
Little shakes.
Who has
Money
the answers
shakes.
for these questions?
All
How are
the
we
shakes.
supposed to stay
On
hopeful
the
living
hour,
like
at
this?
the hour, you'll be
Who's
shaking
gonna
all
help
the
change
time.
this?
NutraShake.
Is there no one looking out for us?
NutraShake. Buy. Consume. Purchase. Buy. Consume. Buy. Consume. Purchase. Buy. Consume. Buy. Consume. Purchase. No interest in 2020 now. No interest in 2020 now. NutraShake.
Let him be accursed, because that person is leading people down a primrose path that will land them in an eternal fire forever and ever. And that's pretty serious. Paul says don't do that. Don't tamper with the one thing that God has given you that will get you to heaven. Don't tamper with it for your sake or anybody else's. Everybody take a deep breath. Ask yourself this question. Why is this not taught? Why do we stay away from this? We don't want to be controversial. We have become so mesmerized by the importance of tolerance. We think we are being godly if we go out of our way not to ever offend anyone. And God sees it quite differently, friends. To God and to his apostle, the issues of all eternity are hanging in the balance for the human soul. Think of the value of a soul for a moment. A soul created by a direct act of God in his own image and in his own likeness. And that soul is deathless. Oh, you said, Pastor, what do you mean? If I don't accept Christ, I just die and it's over. Oh, no, it's not. The Bible teaches that every one of us will be alive somewhere forever and ever and ever. The soul that God gave you when he created you is a deathless, eternal soul. Its value is so great, this soul. It's so great that Jesus Christ himself, the second person of the Godhead, came from the mansions of glory to this sick, sad world to pay the price of our redemption. And he had to give his own life as a ransom for our souls. He died on Calvary's cross to the jeers and the sneers of the mocking
I saw this
multitude.
post today. It's just like,
He who knew no sin
if
became
God's
sin
allowed to
for
kill
us
his
because
kids,
of the
so
value
should
of
you.
his soul. As far as God is concerned, to tamper with so great a salvation is to tamper with the eternal destiny of a human soul. Now maybe we can understand a little bit why Paul was so angry about what these people were doing.
Like I said, who has the answers?
So excited, and I just don't know.
This is a story about two songs sitting in a field, glaring into darkness. There shines a star. We are just looking at our calls to them. Can they understand the two stars in the bill? We are out there, just look up towards the sky. We are out here, out where, living to the fullest, enjoying solitude. Dance to the swallow, forever loving experience alongside two suns shine brighter than ever. Darkness stares right back in harmony. We learn from the two songs. Balance, balance, balance. We are out there to look up towards the sky. We are out here, out where, living to the fullest, enjoying solitude.
WSRN News, I'm Ron DeRockstra. Former President Trump was in Illinois today to endorse a candidate in the GOP primary for governor and an incumbent congresswoman during his Save America rally.
The former president used a rural rally to endorse Darren Bailey for the Republican nomination for governor in Tuesday's primary, as he also restated his backing for U.S. Representative Mary Miller.
So on Tuesday, get your friends, get your family, and vote for Mary and vote for Darren.
Mr. Trump also took a victory lap for the U.S. Supreme Court's ruling overturning Roe v. Wade.
Right from the United States Supreme Court, yesterday the court handed down a victory for the Constitution.
Throughout the rally, the crowd repeatedly chanted, "Thank you, Trump." Bernie Bennett reporting.
Also at SRNnews.com, President Biden arriving safely in Germany Saturday, aiming to sustain the global alliance, punishing Russia for its invasion of Ukraine. First up on the 5-day itinerary, a meeting with a group of 7 economic powers in Bavaria. That'll be followed by a NATO meeting in Madrid.
While you could feel the life moving as we got closer to downtown, no one could deny it was a difficult time to celebrate. It's been a hell of a time trying to exist these last couple years. We had just come out of the roughest part of the COVID-19 pandemic. Political tensions were at an all-time high. Russia had just invaded Ukraine, and the Supreme Court was disgustingly ripping rights away from women. We were witnessing in real time our world taking the most despicable moves backwards, and you could see the worry in many people's faces as this cloud of uncertainty covered the paths moving forward. Regardless of what side you fell on, you were still feeling the effects of what was happening in our world. Still, if there was anything the city could do in hard times, especially downtown Albuquerque, it was to make you feel part of something and make you enjoy a night with some friends, or even some cool people you meet out and about. People here make it easy to forget about the hard parts of life, and they're always willing to do whatever it takes to have a good night. Now that I think about it, this place was filled with some of the coolest, funniest, most creative people this world has ever created. But you would absolutely never know that by asking them. People out here had the hardest time believing in themselves, and more often than not, let their doubt and lack of support keep them in places they thought they deserved to be in. I used to be a rideshare driver here, and while I definitely got my handful of aggressively happy and drunk individuals, a lot of the time I'd find myself having some of the most insightful and inspiring human moments in conversation about life, and hearing about people sing or rap about where they were in life, and people just finding themselves in the biggest breakthroughs of their lives. And even in sad moments, they were just having that reassurance of being there with someone. It was more important than I had realized. In those moments of just being there alone with any of them, the amount of potential these people had here to make any difference they wanted made me only want to support them more and support people out here more. We have a hard time talking about what we feel needs to be heard sometimes, but it's worth hearing people out, and it's worth saying what we got to. I look forward to seeing these communities regrow from these devastating obstacles that we've been handed. And actually, looking forward was all it took to realize that people were already in motion of getting back to it and getting their groove on. Seeing the lights and following the beats, as well as the amazing aromas of cooking that came from all the delicious food trucks parked along Central, it had felt just the same as any night we had gone out before. Different music coming from all around, people were looking gorgeous as hell in all styles. The streets weren't nearly as full or wild yet, but it was enough to get you moving with the beats while everyone decided on where they wanted to go. At first, it was a relief, knowing that despite all the time that had passed and all the hardships, we could still all find ourselves here enjoying what we could of life, getting tossed, and dancing the night away with a bunch of our homies just to end up in a booth for breakfast at whatever place was still open. The comfort of knowing at any point I could get back to just doing this and forget about whatever was happening was made very clear very early. But in that, I realized I was taking a longer look. It wasn't the same. It wasn't the same as it was before. It wasn't the same at all. The people, the hype, the carefree energy, they were all missing. The atmosphere wasn't the same without any of them. And it didn't matter which doors of any bars we walked through that night. We couldn't find it. We wandered the whole street and felt only the emptiness of their absence. The world had changed, and at the very least what we were looking for in our lives now was no longer here. While what we could help here wasn't done, something was calling out for us that night. store these feelings and ideas anymore. And it was in that moment we saw that it was our time to go, prepare to explore a world that we knew was out there for us, a world that we could grow and experience, life beyond this beautiful desert. Such an exhilarating feeling to be loaded in a car with only our determination and ambition as our guide, having no idea of where it was headed and how long we would be here, but to finally leave from the place of our roots and live uncomfortably sweet in an unknown place that we could have never planned to be. But where would we go? Where would we make it if we would make it at all? Would we make any of these dreams come true? What would happen to all these people, too? Is it going to be the same if it doesn't work out?
I need a nap. I guess it's been a while since I forgot how to smile. I've been laying down just like tile. Don't live your life in denial. I'm trying to accept the truth. Trying to get loose, realize it's true. But you're an animal too. Wait, there's a time and a place to check out the taste, the creams and the pace. Who knows, yo? Maybe they lace, make you think there's bugs inside of your face. Wait, settle down somewhere around Kahee now. Hearing hounds, beating pounds, feet are bound to the ground. I'm worried now, trying to breathe it out. Leave the rest up to me, seeing things unseen. Still carrying my wings on my back, singing songs that attack the demons in your mind, saying what you lack. Don't leave them though, they are whack. Trash, unbelievable crash, save you from disaster. Flesh dying faster, just to be remastered. No more tears or captions after the rapture. In heaven with the master, roaming those pastures, living life forever after. So yeah, I will suggest you don't lose hope. You know that things still grow when no one shows. You know that you will grow for sure if no one. Crazy, cool, insane, just a few things to name. No one to blame, just excuses I claim. Like my mom said no, she said I couldn't go. Why I wouldn't know, let me ask. Oh wait, I mean I did. Please no more searching my lid. Remember when we were kids, almost like it was a skit, and now we're living it. I tend to look at my fists and my palms, and how I steady and how I calm. Not really, but dawn comes and makes me feel new. The cold and the flu made me feel blue. Nothing new happening, just afternoons napping in. But we three chilled siblings, missing two, nor getting the moon, but the hearts come through. Connected to the crew, still a lot to go through. No need to rush, I remember mama told me to hush. Please rest, you're always trying your best. Don't lose hope, you know that things still grow when no one shows. You know that you will grow for sure if no one. Chillin' on Mars, high as the stars, fly as these bars, still in your car, hopping in the front, then light a blunt. We we do what we want. Look at my life and damn what it's done. Who knows when I land, cause I am spaceman. Look how I stand, you know I'm the man. Grand plans placed inside of my hands. A long way from smoking out a can. Just getting started, never will end. Thankful to Jesus, he is my friend. Been blessed with multiple tests, see in the end. But damn, I'm just a wizard, man.
You know that things still grow when no one shows. You know that you will grow for sure if no one.
I can't believe how far we made it that night, and when I finally saw the lights of where we were going, I was heartbroken to realize that I had somehow made a wrong turn, or that I let my fear take the wheel. While I never want to forget what it feels like and what it means to me, must it really be such a battle to get away from this comfort? The comfort of home.
How easy it was to forget how long we'd been here, and still it held us as close as it did every grain of sand.